Good evening to all our wonderful viewers. You are watching Caribbean Heritage Television, and this is Damian McIntosh. We are at the famous Walt Whitman campus here at Brooklyn College, and we are with the New York State Senator, Kevin Parker. This is the 13th year that we are going to be celebrating a special concert for the community. And we would just like the Senator just to tell us a little bit more about this particular event today and what we should expect.
Well, Damien, first, let me just thank you very much for coming by and documenting the work that we're doing here. As you know, I represent the 21st District here in Brooklyn, which is Flatbush and East Flatbush, Midwood, Ditmans Park, Windsor Terrace, and Park Slope. And today, we're having our 13th annual A Shared Dream, a tribute in word and song to the life and the legacy of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It's held, as you said, here at the Walt Whitman Theater, and there's a lot of different acts. We had a marching band, we're going to have people dance, we're going to have singing, but the main part of this thing is a gospel concert. The notion being that we should be celebrating Dr. King's legacy in the way we believe he would have celebrated had he been here, and that is lifting the name of the Lord. And so we have gotten a number of really good sponsors, organizations like Charter Spectrum, Share, the Flatbush Junction Bid, Con Ed, have all come together to help bring this important event to our community.
Okay. Well, we know that Shared Dream Foundation was started by you. What led you to start the foundation, and what was your goal to be accomplished by having the foundation started?
Well, it's important that we create legacies that live beyond the life of a particular, personality, right? And so this used to get run out of my office. We really thought that this should be something that lasts into the future, and so we had to institutionalize it. So we created a foundation. We have an independent, separate board. I'm not on the board. I have I'm actually a sponsor, just like everybody else was involved in it. So I help raise money and give money to the foundation, so they may put on this event. But it's been really important to, like, again, so if God forbid I get hit by a bus, that this kind of events on MLK Day still goes on. Here we are in Brooklyn, the largest concentration of people of African descent in the whole Western Hemisphere outside of Sao Paulo, Brazil. And so we really have benefited more than anybody from Dr. King's legacy. So we really thought it was important. They have some really good events. BAM has a great event that a lot of people attend. But we really thought that there needed to be more, especially here in this community. And so this free gospel concert and tribute to Dr. King's legacy is my contribution to the work that I think needs to be done in our community.
What are you looking for the individuals that are in the audience and benefiting from this event to take away?
Well, there's really two things. One, a remembrance of who Dr. King was and what his legacy was really about, and different interpretations, and how, in fact, people in different places and in different mediums are expressing that interpretation. The second thing is I want people to do what I try to do every year, which is to recommit themselves to living a legacy, to be a living legacy of Dr. King's memory and the things that he did, to fight for justice, to be tolerant, to show love to each other, and to build a society in which everyone can be judged by the content of their character.
Senator, the last time I was with you, we were over at Patagot Park.
Yes.
In which you were, doing an event for the community and blessing them. And certainly we thank God for what you've been doing in our community. We pray that God's strength is with you and that you continue to do the great work in our community. Thank you.
No, thank you so much.
All right. Pleasure. Senator, what brings you out here today?
Well, I believe in Dr. King. He inspired me as a teenager, and it's one of the reasons I got involved in politics. Second, Kevin Parker brings the community out, and I needed to tell them that at this time, with the elections and all the troubling things going on, Dr. King would urge us not to give up, but to continue to fight for the dream that he always had. And so that's what I did when I spoke to folks. I am ready to fight. I know the challenges we face, but I am ready to fight in terms of going against any of the bad things they do, attacking John Lewis, putting in Sessions, and we're going to keep the ACA, Obamacare. It's so important to so many people.
Senator, thank you very much
Thanks,
for your
Mr.
time.
Thank you so much.
This is Damian McIntosh with Caribbean Heritage Television, and we are here over at the Brooklyn College campus celebrating the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King birthday. And today we have with us the district attorney, and we are privileged to have him with us today. Now, Mr. Gonzalez, tell us what brings you out here today.
Well, like everyone in Brooklyn, we need to celebrate Dr. King's legacy. We have to give honor and thanks for a man who changed our course of our lives. Damien, I grew up in East New York. Spent, I'm a little older than you are, but I grew up there in the 80s and 90s when East New York was a really tough part of Brooklyn to live in. And I saw a lot of my friends get caught up in the criminal justice system. A lot of them got involved in drugs and gangs. And, making the decision I did to go to the DA's office and to become a prosecutor was only possible because of Dr. King fought for equality and education and giving us the opportunities that were bestowed upon me by the early civil rights fighters and Dr. King. So now to come out here and to give, thanks and to give him recognition for all that he accomplished and all that the civil rights activists accomplished is what we need to do. We have to make sure our children know about Dr. King and know about his legacy.
Okay. Well, certainly, what you've been doing in the district attorney's office has been a continuation of the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. And for those who are looking to move in that same area, what encouragement would you give to them knowing the impact that they can have when they move to that area?
It's a great question, and it's important that people consider becoming prosecutors. Prosecutors should be community leaders. Prosecutors need to be agents of change. I'm the DA now, but I used to be the chief assistant for our late great Ken Thompson. And in 3 short years, when Ken Thompson became the DA, he changed the face of justice in Brooklyn. He did programs that made a difference in people's lives. Prosecutors have tremendous power and discretion in the system, and young people should try to enter the system to help make changes. Before Ken Thompson became the DA, thousands and thousands of young men of color went to prison on marijuana arrests. Ken changed that. And before Ken, thousands of people were worried about summons warrants and being arrested. Now churches throughout the city have warrant forgiveness programs to get that. And before Ken and I created the Conviction Review Unit, a lot too many people languished in prison on unjust convictions for crimes that didn't commit it. And after Ken created the Conviction Review Unit, we freed many innocent men. We just vacated our 22nd conviction. So it's important work that we do in the DA's office. Fairness and justice in the criminal justice system requires all of us to participate. So I really encourage young people to come forward, get through school, apply to law school, and then come apply. We have high school internships, by the way, in the DA's office. So I encourage young people, come see what we do in the office. Apply for the internship, or if you're in college, apply for a college internship.
Well, we thank you for the good work that you've been doing in the community, and we look forward to the challenge by what you continue to do. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Pleasure. Okay, good evening to all our wonderful viewers. This is Damien McIntosh with Caribbean Heritage Television, and we are here at the Brooklyn College campus, and we're celebrating today the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's legacy. And we are here at the Brooklyn College campus with Latisse Crawford, international recording artist, and she has a significant role to play in today's event. Welcome to the event today, and tell us, what does the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King mean to you?
It means a lot. It means a lot for, it means a lot of hope for me. I have a 6-year-old son, so for him to have such a legacy and such a great role model to look towards, of just somebody who created so much change. We're not where we want to be, but we are further than we were. So it's just great, to be able to look back and then look to now and see that my son can, create change as well.
Okay. And even as you perform for a wonderful audience today, what message would you like to leave with our audience as it relates to the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King?
I believe Dr. Martin Luther King, he believed so much in his cause that it helped him to make tough decisions that other people may have tilted their head at or would have said, I would never do that. I wouldn't die for my cause. I don't know if he ever set out to die for his cause, but he wound up doing it because he believed so much in it. So I would encourage people that when you have a cause and when you have a purpose, always remember that, and it'll push you to keep doing what you're doing. Even when you get discouraged, even when there's obstacles, your cause and your reason and your purpose will continue to push you.
And certainly we're thankful that you have carried on that legacy in your own career. What encouragement would you give to others who are looking to get into the music industry and they have a dream of impacting lives as well?
Be true to yourself. Don't ever try to be anyone else. Always be authentically you, and it'll get you exactly where you want to be. But figure out where you want to be. Figure out what you want to do. Don't go after someone else's dream. Find your own.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for this interview and the encouragement that you've given to those who has been observing this legacy today. Thank you.
Thank you.